any case of corruption which stands the test of the court. There are all kinds of remarks made, but none of that. And in fact, the last one where an attempt was made was on the Sahara Diaries matter. The Supreme Court threw it out. Now, therefore, I would assume, for your sake, because if you may not believe what I say as a partisan BJP man, but there is nothing on record to show that the present dispensation at the level of the Prime Minister is corrupt. Number two, I have found in my interaction with him that when I bring him to his notice that something is not being prosecuted, he has immediately ordered the prosecution. When I've told him that such and such officer is actually corrupt and or he belongs to the previous administration and is helping the people of the previous administration, he has made the change. So there is no way I can today say that Mr. Narendra Modi, having so much absolute power, is engaged in any corruption at all. Second, I don't think that he has absolute power. Because if he had absolute power, according to me, Adityanath would not have been Chief Minister. He was not his choice. And yet he yielded.
That's big news. That might make it to the news.
No, I don't mind it being made into news. But the fact is that this is the truth. For 4 or 5 days, some other name was there. I think Manu Sinha or something like that. It was one of the ministers of state. And it was the single name. And then suddenly, by other people, they said, no, the person who can manage the MLAs is Adityanath, and that's how he came, and he agreed with it. He didn't disagree with it, he didn't fight it, but he agreed with it, but he never proposed it. The proposal was for Manu Sinha. So, I don't see him being, although he appears to be a very strong-willed person, etc., I have not seen him in our dealings in the party as a dictator. And it's very difficult for him to be dictator with me around because I will speak up. I can give you that assurance, the one who asked. Any wrong happens, I will speak up. For instance, on GST, I'm not going to let it come. I'm going to knock it out. It's the most anti-national thing that I ever thought of. It is not even originally our idea. It is the idea of that crazy Chidambaram.
Sorry, I can't see because the light is in.
There was one here.
And then we'll geographically go there after that.
Also. Okay. Here. Yes, sir. Yes.
Today there's Modi, where there's a lot of comments which are being made. What has changed?
No, Modi is not the same thing as Modi is India and India is Modi. In fact, there was Har Har Modi, one slogan had come. And Modi immediately put a stop to it because it's very close to Har Har Mahadev, see. And therefore, he disallowed it. So I don't think they are comparable. And see, you must also know one thing which many people don't realize, although when brought to their attention, they will probably accept. Our party, there is no one family which runs the party, unlike most other parties. Modi's family doesn't run, there's no way Modi can decide who the successor will be. And there are countervailing forces which are, what I will say, passive, but on occasions they can be mobilized. I would not be today a member of parliament, but for the fact that these countervailing forces in our party put its foot down and said no more, because I was supposed to be a Lok Sabha candidate for BJP from New Delhi. And I was forced to leave my old constituency of Bombay and come here by Nitin Gadkari and Rajnath Singh. And then my name was declared, I started working, and the day before my nomination, I get a call that Mr. Jaitley has a hysterical breakdown, saying I'm not a Punjabi and therefore I should not be given the ticket. I never knew that BJP thought in terms of Punjabis and Madrasis. And actually New Delhi has no Punjabis, there's mostly Madrasis anyway. But doesn't matter. But then after that, 2.5 years passed by, and suddenly the countervailing forces said, what is this going on?